All right. Whew. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. We got some stuff to talk about, y'all. And as a matter of fact, let me go get a copy of this book. Let me go get a copy of it. Welcome back. Welcome back. For everybody that was in our live discussion earlier this morning, we have resolved the issue that was happening with the link in my bio. So that was taken care of for those of you who were here earlier this morning. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. So grabbing a couple of things. This is not my first time talking about this. This is not my first time, bringing it up on live either. But I talked to you guys about creating streams of income for yourself as Findoms and how you guys can use. Let me try to pop you guys up. Yeah. So basically, I talked to you guys a lot about like how to create passive income for yourself in the industry, and how to use, as an example, your creative writing, writing erotica, publishing your own books, how to create a sales funnel using those things. So as an example, I wanted to show you guys, for those of you who've never seen it before, you've never purchased it from Amazon. This is my book, well, one of many books, but one of my many books, The New Jane Crow. Yes, it's available on Amazon. Yes, you can go get it now. Yes, all you have to do is search me on Amazon and you can find it. However, this is an example of how to create content as a dominatrix, as a sales funnel. As you can see, the book is not incredibly thick, so the story plot of it is not that long. And the point of it is not to be long, right? You're not creating the next Harry Potter. You're not creating the dictionary. You're not writing a thought piece. The point of this book is to be captivating enough to grab hold of the right kind of client and then redirect them in a business aspect, redirect them to me to book a session with me, call me on the phone, spend money on me, send me gifts, etc. So this right here is an example of what you would want to create for yourself as a Findom as well, if you are trying to establish passive income for yourself. Like I said, like I always say, you guys, I don't teach or talk about things that I have not done. So yes, I can show you how to self-publish on Amazon. I can show you how to write an ebook. I can show you how to put that together. I wrote this several years ago, and it was printed through Amazon. You can find it on Amazon, The New Jane Crow by Ekua Ahima. It was printed by Amazon in Middletown, Delaware, right? So basically, I wrote the book, I designed the cover, I designed the back of it, and I sent the manuscript, so to speak, to Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. And then through the Kindle Direct Publishing platform, they actually host this book for me. So Unlike other writers or other styles of self-publishing where you go through mainstream platforms like Hay House or Penguin, stuff like that, you can self-publish on Amazon using the Kindle Direct Publishing platform, and they will house all of the books for you. So on other types of platforms and in other industries, if you're a writer, you may have thousands and thousands and thousands of books in your house and you're trying to sell them. With Kindle Direct Publishing, like I said, you just turn in the manuscript. I designed completely the cover. I completely designed the back. I wrote everything in here, including pictures, and I just turned the manuscript into Amazon. And when you order it, you will get a fresh printed copy, and I did not have to do any of the work. So this is how this piece of information, this is how this book that I wrote several years ago is still making me money to this day, because men buy this book on Amazon. They get it sent to their house. So think about that as an experience. I'm giving my subs, I'm giving my ideal clients an experience. Instead of them just purchasing a clip or doing a Skype session with me, they get the experience of going on Amazon, finding this book, having that excitement of waiting for the book to be delivered in the mail. You know, when as a woman, when we're shopping and stuff like that, you get excited when your packages are out for delivery. I'm giving submissives that same kind of experience with this book. Right? So I'm already putting them in a certain kind of mindset from a business standpoint, from a domination standpoint. Once they get the book at the very end, because I can't share everything on TikTok because some of the images are like inappropriate, but when they get to the page at the very end, I have a meet the author section, which again, this is something that I definitely teach you guys how to do. So if you're interested in creating your own ebooks, I can definitely help you do that. But one of the things that I suggest, and one of the things I have, again, to create the book to work as a sales funnel for you, not to just be cutesy tootsie and make a sale one time. But again, you're using this as a sales funnel. Think of it as a business card, but it's a business card with an experience. They can read it, etc. At the end of it, it has a page for meeting me as the author, meet the author, a little bit of an excerpt from me, a little note from me. And then at the very bottom, you can't quite see it. Oh, thank you for the hearts. At the very bottom, my Twitter, my Cash App, and my email address, right? So the sub ordered this on Amazon. They've been waiting and waiting and waiting all of these days for it to arrive. They've been tracking it. They didn't track the package 2-3 times today, right? All of this excitement that's coming in. If they're married, now they have to worry about, well, when is the package going to come so I can hide it from my wife? Like, there's a whole experience that I'm giving them. They finally get it. They read it. It's short, it's sweet, it's to the point, but it triggers them to take action at the end by reaching out and contacting me. So this is definitely a really strong example of how you can, as a creative, use erotica and use self-publishing your own erotica to attract high-paying clients, for sure. Now, the good thing about Kindle Direct Publishing is that there are 2 different methods for you to promote your work. You can charge 99 cents for your books, or you can set your own prices and charge anywhere between, like $25 to like $100, $200, $1,000. So you can really set your own prices with this option with the Kindle Direct Publishing. But it was just an example of how to create content, because I know a lot of you always ask, like, well, how do I stand out as a Dom? You know, how do I market myself so that I can find these clients, so that people are coming to me and I don't have to find them? This is how you do it. Yes, naturally, it takes a little bit more work, a little bit more creativity, a little bit more ingenuity to write a book and self-publish it. However, this is how I'm able to make money without having to work. Because like I said, I created this book several years ago on Canva, and I still profit from it. I don't have to house the book. I don't have thousands of copies of the book in my house. In fact, I got this copy of it for free because I'm the writer through Kindle Direct. They sent me a sample, which is the book. This is what you guys get when you buy it, but I got mine for free. And yeah, you don't have to do the work after that. It's always going to be on Amazon. Now, do I still market the book? Absolutely, because of course I talk to you guys about the book, and I talk to my subs about the book. And the way I present myself when people find me online is that I am an author, and this is the proof of it. But after that, the book does the work for me, because they contact me, they call me, they give me money, right? So again, the experience is this. The sub orders the book from Amazon. They're waiting for it to come. They need to hide it from their wife. They have all of these big feelings. They're tracking the number every fucking day, looking for when this book is going to show up. They read the book. They flip to the back. I'm on the very last page, encouraging them to reach out to me. Oh, not this page. I'm on the very last page, encouraging them to reach out to me, etc. And then what they do is then call me on Night Flirt. Now, mind you, they have to pay to do that, right? So now I'm getting paid even more money. They have to pay to call me. And then while we're on the phone with each other, we are going to talk about what he thinks about the book, his feelings. You know, oh my God, goddess, I finally got a copy of the book and I loved it. And I just wanted to give you a call and let you know that I just love everything about you. I love what you do. Yada, yada. You get where I'm going with this? Eating out of the palm of your hand. Now, goddess, I've bought the book. I'm on the phone with you. Now I want to know how can I serve you? How can I be a slave to you? How can I be a servant for you? How can I serve you long term? Can I send you another gift? Or do you offer in-person sessions, or do you offer online sessions? So now I've gone from selling a book on Amazon to making money on the phone to then booking a in-person session or a real-time session or getting an even bigger tribute just off of, again, something that I created on Canva several years ago. And that will continue to happen until I die. And then by the time I'm old as hell, the book will still be available on Amazon, and I can just transfer the royalties that I get from this book to an account or a trust fund that my children will then have access to. This is thinking 100% long term. 100% long term. I will never, ever, ever not make money off of this book, even after I am dead. And honestly, after I'm dead, the book will be worth even more money than it is now that I'm alive. And again, at that point, all of that money will be going to my children, my grandchildren, all, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is financial domination. This is generational wealth. This is what you want to create. All of the shishi poo poo, fuck you, pay me, $40 this, $40 that. That's not going to get you what you really want. And this is not something that takes too long to create. I mean, look at how thin it is. Like I said, it's not that many pages, because the point is not for you to be creating novels. The point is for you to create a think piece that's creative enough to draw them in and then make them want to take action. And the action that they need to take is contacting you, reaching out to you, tipping you, booking you, etc. So you don't need to, I need to figure out how to be the next J.K. Rowling and write a 7-series, million-page book. You don't have to, that's not the point. If you can push it like that, even better for you. But that's going to take years. You don't have years to get rich. We got right fucking now. We about to be in another recession. We already seen all these people that got rich during the pandemic. Shit, I was one of them. Keep it a fucking bean. And the same kind of situations because of inflation are about to happen again. It's a recession. It's knocking on the door. The recession is creeping around the corner. You know how many millionaires were birthed, so to speak? And I'm not talking about babies. I'm talking about people, self-made people who got rich during the last recession. During the last recession, I was a kid. So don't ask me why I didn't get rich, because I was a child. But you know what I'm saying? You know how many people, how many millionaires, billionaires were born out of that recession? Now's the time for you to be doing stuff. Recessions are the easiest time to get rich. Everybody's in the house. I blew up during the pandemic because everybody was in the house. All these men, nobody can go to work. So guess what a bunch of men do when they can't go to work? And what are you? A financial dominatrix. And if you with the shits, then you already know they're going to do that regardless of what it is that you're doing. You could wear a turtleneck. They still going to do that. You could be one of them Muslim girls that only show they fucking eyeballs and they still going to do that. So as you can see, we in a $1 billion industry, babes. That our industry ain't going nowhere. The food industry may go somewhere. Tech industry may go somewhere. The Wall Street may go up and down. But one thing that's always going to sell is this. So when they was locked in the house, when everybody was locked in the house, yeah, we blew the fuck up. We blew up. Yeah. So now's a good time, honey. Now's a good time if you serious, if you really know that it's in alignment with you. I never tell people to check, chase checks. I never tell people to do that. You know what I'm saying? If you see what I'm doing and you like, I'm not really feeling it, but at least she getting money. No, babes. If you're not feeling it, don't do it just because I'm getting money. No, ma'am. I enjoy what I do thoroughly. Y'all be talking about y'all freaks. Y'all ain't freaks for real. Some of y'all really don't be freaks for real. I am. Big one. However, I'm confident in what I'm doing. And when you find your lane, you can take off in your lane. And this is how you make the money. This is how. It is not that complicated. This book took me 30 days to write. And it only took me 30 days because, again, coming up with the plot, designing the cover, trying to, go through and find images or times where I just took a few days off from writing the book and just was doing other things, needing to do, the editing, spell check, all of that stuff. But you can put something like this together in the next 30 days, even if you're a brand new dom. You know how much more powerful and how much more money that you'll make as a brand new dom if between now and what's today? Today's like October 8th. Let's say between now and Thanksgiving, Black Friday sale, and you as a brand new dom have a new erotica that's coming out on Amazon for Black Friday. Babes, that's a big fucking deal. You will set yourself apart from all of the other doms trying to do exactly the same as you. It wouldn't even matter that you didn't have 1,000 followers yet. It wouldn't even matter that you didn't have any clients yet, because this is how you're going to get the clients. This is how you're going to get the followers. You're no longer a new dom that doesn't have any experience. You are a Findom. In fact, you're an author. You're an erotica writer. And now this is also, again, proof, credentials, credibility. This is how you set yourself up. You're not just some regular girl looking for $40 on Twitter. No, ma'am. I'm a financial dominatrix, and I have a piece of self-published work on Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing where you can go find me as a financial dominatrix. That is marketing. That's passive income. And again, when you write it the right way, it works as a sales funnel for you. This is how you will become rich. This is how you will become successful. And I'm talking long term. So many people tell me, like all of the girls that used to write the Wattpad erotica and stuff like that back when we wasn't supposed to be writing erotica. Now it's time to go dig in your little basket, your little freak nasty Wattpad that you had back in high school and you wasn't supposed to have it, and repackage some of them stories so that you can sell it as a Findom, because now it's time to make some money. And when you carry yourself like this is how you take over the world. All of that other small time shit, talking about pay pigs and spin the wheel games with men and all of that other shit. We don't do all of that over here. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys because it is relevant. For those of you who are unfamiliar with what the New Jane Crow is, you can find it on Amazon. The New Jane Crow. Just to read the back for you. Race play is a controversial topic in the age of political correctness, but is increasingly a popular fetish in the BDSM community. This series, and I'm actually about to release part 2 of this series pretty soon. This series explores the enslavement of white men who crave sexual and financial slavery at the hands of Black women. Not for the faint of heart or politically correct, financial dominatrix Ekua Ahima, yours truly, details her personal study of white men and women who've revealed their secret desire to willingly surrender their lives to serving the Black race, exposing privilege and the perversion of white supremacy in America. Exposing privilege and the perversion of white supremacy in America. It is a think piece. Men have called me, and this is not, I'm dead serious. Men have called me in tears because of this book. Men have called me in tears because of this book. So, yeah, take that how it resonates. But here we go. The New Jane Crow. Making men across the world cry. Old white men, making old white men across the world cry. That's a win for me. I don't care. You might think it's harsh, but me personally, I do not think making old white men cry over this little 30 page book that I wrote on Canva because they scared about what I wrote in it. That's really why they crying. They're scared about the things that I wrote in it, even though it's only a few pages. And then they wind up calling me with tears and a hard Johnson. They don't know what to do. I'm scared, but I'm also very turned on. Right? And I want to give you all of my money, goddess. Yeah. Yes. And I'm also about to put out part 2 of this. Part 2 of this is called The Mistress of the Waverly Plantation. I was originally going to do a pre-order, but I've decided to go back into the studio with The Mistress of the Waverly Plantation because I do want to make it a little bit longer this time. This one, if this one made people cry, I'm not going to lie. If this one made people cry, I think the Mistress of the Waverly Plantation is definitely going to be quite controversial. But I'm here for it, bitch. A girl like me, really, I love the controversy because it's really social justice is what I'm doing. So if we got to be controversial, I don't personally mind. I've never been a passive person. I've always been like a Malcolm Xer, not like a Martin Luther King. I got respect for Martin Luther King. I do. But walking is not going to get no shit done. I was more of a Malcolm Xer. By any means, we was finna take you motherfuckers out in order to get ours. So, hold on. Would it be best to have experience before following this method? Would it be best to have experience as a dom before putting out a book? I mean, yes, because if you are going to be writing erotica that is BDSM based, you would want to know what you're talking about. But if you already have a creative knack for writing erotica, that shouldn't be difficult either, right? Because you already have the transferable skill. You are just transferring that skill over to what you're doing now as a financial dominatrix. And then while you're educating yourself and getting the experience of being a dom, you would be working on the book and then just publish the book. And the beauty about Kindle Direct Publishing as well is if you don't do a physical copy and you do an ebook version, if you wanted to go update your book, you can do that at any time. So I have books, for example, that I put out in 2019. For example, other books that I have on Amazon are called the AfroDomme Diary or the Goddess Business Spellbook. Those are available as ebooks, so you can't get a physical copy, just a digital copy to your Kindle, your iPad, your phone, etc. However, even though I put that out in 2019, if I wanted to release a newer, updated version of it today, I could do so. All I have to do is just change the manuscript on Kindle Direct Publishing, and they would get a revised. Everybody that would purchase it from that point would get the revised copy of the book. So the good thing about it is if you wanted to continue to add to the book or change your writing or edit something after you've already published it, you can still do that as well. Personally, I don't, because again, the whole point of it is to create passive income, and you can always just write a new book. So whether it's old or outdated, technically is still relevant. So right now, even though the AfroDomme Diary is old as hell because it's from 2019, the information is still relevant. So there's no need to change it. Plus, it also serves as a timestamp for those of you who buy that book. You can kind of look back and see, based on my writing, based on what I was teaching back then at 2019, the growth and development of myself as an educator as well. Thank you for this. Yeah, you're welcome. I've been wanting to write erotica forever. I've been reading Zane, and I think I can do better. No, Zane. I remember Zane or Zane. I never know how to say her name, but you know who I know who you're talking about. Just know, I know who you're talking about. Think about how you can become not the next version of that, but how you can fill in a hole or a gap in the industry with that kind of experience, that level of sex, but make it Findom, and then put it out so that people actually want to read it. Put it out so that people actually want to hear it and read it and buy it. And then really take the fuck off. Really, truly, really. Because think about it. Let's say you only wanted to operate in a lane of writing books. You're still a financial dominatrix. But let's say you don't want to do other forms of content. You don't want to do telephone. You don't want to do Skype sessions. You just want to write books. You want men to have your books. And that's the experience that they have with you. Otherwise, they can just send you, a tip or a tribute. One, you definitely going to have to be writing. In that kind of case, you would definitely want a thicker book compared to this one. You would want, if you're just only going to do writing, I would say put out pieces like this thick. But think about it. That author was really popular. You can be the Findom version of that author and make a shit ton of money. Because they sell them damn dirty books everywhere. You could sell the dirty books on Amazon. You could get a deal as a dominatrix with Hay House, with Penguin. She sold them damn dirty books at Walgreens and Rite Aid. For all we know, she was selling them damn things everywhere. So there's nothing stopping you from putting yourself in that lane if it truly is meant for you and taking over. Because like I said, those other kinds of deals are possible. It is possible as a Findom to be connected with mainstream publishing platforms like Hay House and Penguin. I myself personally have been featured on Hay House Publishing. It was through my mentor, but I didn't pursue publishing through Hay House because I don't consider myself a writer in that sense where I want to create longer pieces that would also require me to spend a lot more money investing into Hay House Publishing in order to get my work published. But my coach who does it, and which is why I was featured on Hay House Publishing's platform, thanks to her, she writes all the fucking time. Her books are thick as hell. Okay? So she got that. I let her have that. And thanks to the connection that I had, I still was able to get featured even without doing the work and being connected with Hay House myself. So again, putting yourself with the right people at the right time. And then again, if you wanted to pursue, you could honestly sell that book to a publisher and have a publisher pushing your shit for you, getting you deals, going on a book tour, you know what I'm saying? Being in the library, being a little dumb girly at the Barnes and Noble, like, yeah, let me sign your book. Ooh. And then you got all these men at the Barnes and Noble, because you know, if you can convince a man to read a book, Lord have mercy, girl. If you can convince a man to read a book, you is a powerful woman. You're going to have all these little men at the Barnes and Noble like, oh my God, goddess, I was reading your book and it was so nice. Would you sign it for me? Oh my God. And then you're going to sign it and you're going to have your little corset on and you're going to sign it and they're just going to be head over heels for you. That's not my life. That's going to be somebody's life. Somebody needs to go ahead and step into that spotlight because it is there. Nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing it. And you know, the reason that they not doing it is not because it's extremely hard. The reason that more doms aren't doing stuff like this is because it's impossible. The reason that they're not doing it is because they don't have the smarts to do it. They don't have someone like me to tell them that it's possible to do it. Or they wasn't listening to me when I said it back in 2019. That's their problem, not mine. Or they don't have the resources and the money to do stuff like this. Because, yeah, it costs money. I made this on Canva. I had to pay for a little Canva Pro. I had to pay for, the Wi-Fi to use the internet and Grammarly, a little Grammarly subscription for me to edit the book and all of that other stuff. And this picture, I took this picture in DC on an event, that I was hosting, but I mean, it costs a little something. It costs a little something. It costs a little something. A little time, a little effort, a little creativity. But if you was already broke, what the fuck you got to lose? Your boyfriend wasn't already paying the rent. So what you got to lose now? So you might as well go ahead and put the time and the little bit of money that it costs to go ahead and get it done so that you can now start living a different lifestyle. You can shift yourself out of that lifestyle. There's not a day that I check my email and I don't have at least one sale for this book or all of the other books that I have published. Not one. Not one. This is how you wake up with money in your account. This is how you wake up to deposits. This is how you wake up to checks outside of your 9-to-5, you right? You ain't got no tributes. You might not have booked the session, but you damn sure still got money coming in because of your books. This is how you create that system. This is how you create that. So, yeah. Men be reading. Some of them be reading. Wait, men be reading. Some of them read. Some of them even pay to read. And they might be paying to read just so they can do this, but at least they reading. And if they doing this while they reading, put something in there that's going to change the subconscious. Put something in there that's going to program them to, while they doing this and they reading, put something in there that's going to subconsciously program them to, spend more money on you, right? If that's what it take to get them to read the fucking book, then goddamn, as long as you reading, baby. As long as you reading, that's really what we need. Men who read books. The rich ones do read books. You're right. The poor ones do not. The poor ones may not know how to read. And that's coming from somebody who used to be a teacher and a coach. Some of them don't know how to read, baby. Not at all. They don't know how to read. They don't know how to read out loud. Yikes. Right? Sometimes even for fun, to troll the subs after they buy the book and they call me, I make them go get the book and then read me some of the pages. And I'd be like, well, since you got the book on you and you bought it and you saying that you like it, Let me hear you read your favorite chapter out loud so that I know that you are not illiterate. Go ahead and read it out loud for me on the phone. And now I'm getting paid $5.99 a minute for this motherfucker to read my book to me. Come on, y'all. And I'm in good spirits, but this is really how I do this. You guys ask me, like, how do I do my sessions? How do I do what I do as a dom? This is how I do it. I wrote that book. They call me. They talk to me about it. I make them read the book to me and tell me how they felt about it at $5.99 a minute on his credit card. It is not that hard to make money as a dom. You really just have to be like strategic with this shit. You really just have to be strategic with this shit. Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely a play on words. Y'all know what the Jim Crow laws was. If you black, New Jane Crow, the title The New Jane Crow is very significant. You know what Jim Crow laws were. It's a reason I made it that title. It's a reason that the book is that short. It's a reason that the man on the picture is like this. All of it's very intentional. The New Jane Crow. Girl, don't think there isn't a market for something because there always is. There's a market for your toenails. There's a market for your dirty tissue after you blew your nose. There's a market for the booger in your nostril. There's a market for your trash. The trash in your bathroom can. There's a market for that. Someone's willing to buy the trash from your bathroom and whatever is in that fucking can. As toxic or dirty, or you get where I'm going with this. There's someone willing to buy your literal garbage. When you think about it like that, there's really nothing that you can't do to make money. There's men who would literally pay you to ignore them. They will pay you to answer the phone and not say anything for an hour, book a Skype session with you on video chat, and you're watching TV, not even talking to him, not even looking his way. Come on now. Like, these guys are paying for anything. Guys are paying for anything. Guys are paying for anything. They are paying for anything and everything. It's funny that you said, do I sell an audio of me reading it? Because I just explained, like I said, no, I don't actually sell an audio of me reading it. I make them read it to me and I charge them for it. So I don't sell an audio of me reading it, but I do allow them to call me and pay me to listen to them read it to me, which is the opposite of an audiobook. But still very profitable. Because again, the more, when it comes to like phone work and stuff like that, the more you get a man to talk and the less you actually talk, the more money you'll make. Because men like to gossip, men like to talk, and men will talk your head off. Okay, when they say women be gossiping and talking, it's really the men. It's really the men. I've had men call and tell me somebody else's business. Like he was beefing with his other dom or whatever, but he was pillow talking to me on the phone, and I was just eating that shit up. I mean, honestly, I was getting paid for it. There's no need for me to hang up the phone. You talking shit about this other girl, this other dom, telling me all her business, which is why I keep telling you guys to be professional and be on your shit, because subs be telling your business. But he was mad at her. They fell out. Wow. And we spent about 45 minutes to talking about it at $5.99 per minute. And I was just, eating my little dinner and smoking. I was like, okay. And then she did what? And then you said y'all was on campus, and then she told people that you paid her, but you really didn't pay her. Okay, and then she went viral saying that you paid her. You paid her, but you actually didn't, and it's not true. Oh wow, yeah. Ooh, pillow talking, pillow princess. Okay. These men be pillow princesses. Big pillow princess. I've always wanted to write a book, and this is amazing. I'm scared and excited. No, you should definitely do that. You definitely should. And if you're a nail tech, there's nothing wrong with, putting out an ebook yourself, because I'm just looking at your little tag. You should put out an ebook as a nail tech too. So it don't have to be financial domination. You could use what you're already doing as a nail tech and just improve your business as a nail tech. Put out, ebooks on that side and have men through financial domination, help you build that business. Well, yeah, this is the way to go. This is the future. This is marketing. This is the result of taking the necessary time when you first get started and educating yourself about what's possible. This is the result of taking the necessary time when you first get started to invest in education. This is all of the stuff that I've learned from doing the same stuff I'm telling you guys to do. So this is how you get to that level. Would you offer a group writing clinic? That does sound fun. In the past, where we did separate courses, I did a whole how to write a book and publish it in 30 days. I did a whole separate course on that. And a group writing clinic is not something that we did, but I did have a whole dedicated course to how to write the book, how to get it published in 30 days. And there was a portion of it where we did kind of work in a group chat to do it, but definitely having a sit down, face-to-face live stream where everybody's working together, writing, that would be really dope to do again. Putting your dirty mind to work. It's time to get paid off your intellectual property, honey. It's time to get paid. Right, look, ignoring them for free. You could have been... You walking past them, rolling your eyes at the gas station for free. You'll be surprised a lot of shit that you've been doing all this time for free once you become a financial dominatrix. I say it myself every time I'm in the ladies' room. Wow, I just flushed what could have been money down the toilet, literally. Or wow, I just tooted a little bit. I just wasted an opportunity. I could have recorded that and sold it. What? You'll think about a lot of different things. It's men willing to buy the ashes from your ashtray just because your lips were on the roaches. I've actually done that before too. So the first time I sold a dirty pair of my undergarments, I sold them for $2,000 to this white guy in New York. And I created this. I like to create experiences. So basically we were doing a drain. That's how it started off. It started off like a drain. A drain is just when you and the sub are texting back and forth and they're sending money on Cash App. So 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. That's what we were doing. And I was like, oh, wow, you almost up to $1,000. And I think he had said oh, goddess, I ran out of money. And that's why I always tell you guys, don't believe what men are saying because they be lying. He said he had ran out of money at $1,000. And I was like, I don't believe you, but okay. And then he came back and was like, oh, goddess, I borrowed some more money from my mom. They just be making shit up sometimes. If it's true, it's true. I don't know. But if it's not, they just be making shit up. Either way, they be lying. So he was able to 30 seconds later get another $1,500 or another $500 worth of money, right? So now he's sending again 100, 100, 100, 100. And I was like, oh, wow, you almost at 1,500. And I was like, you know what? If you send me another 500 and make it a $2,000 day, I will give you my dirty underwear. Just testing the waters, just seeing what he was finna do. He came up with the 500. Yeah, he was able to come up with the 500. And he basically earned my dirty underwear for $2,000. And it was a $7 pair of underwear that I got from Target from another guy. All right. Another man bought those underwear for $7 from Target, like a little lingerie set. And I basically sold them for $2,000. So I was up $2,007, you could technically say. And then I went to Walmart so that I could send it to him because he was in New York. And Walmart has these little safe boxes that look like a Bible. No, it looked like a dictionary. It was a safe box that looked like a dictionary on the outside. And then when you opened it up, it was a lock box and you had to put in a combination. So what I did, after already getting the $2,000 from him for the dirty underwear, I bought the lock box. It was like 10, 15 bucks. I put the underwear in there in a little plastic bag so it would be sealed up. Seal it up for him so it was fresh. Ugh, men is disgusting. But I put that in there, and I had these photos at the time. I had these wallet-sized photos printed out of me, and I put it in there, and I signed the photo. And then I also put this little note on it that was like, oh, like, you're a loser, whatever. Like, now you own a pair of my underwear, and you'll never forget me. Some sappy shit like that. And I had some roaches because he had a smoke fetish. So outside of the underwear buying, him and I would have smoke fetish sessions where we would talk to each other like a normal thing. But he was basically getting off on the fact that I was smoking while talking to him. So he had a smoke fetish. So on top of that, after I did all of that, I took the roaches, what was left of the joint that I had, with red lipstick. I put red lipstick on and I was smoking the rest of the joint so it would have the lipstick stain at the very end. And I just dropped it in the box. So he got this little package. I made sure I paid for the longest shipping possible, meaning it would take the slowest time to get to him. So he really had to wait and track the package. I gave him the tracking number. And I didn't tell him about the lockbox. This is where it gets good. I didn't tell him about the lockbox. I told him, hey, I sent off the package. It's going to be there. Here's the tracking number. He tracked it for a few days. And then once it finally arrived, he wound up calling me in a panic. Now, I'm looking at the tracking number too, so I can see that it's on his porch. And I'm like, hey, the tracking number just said it got to your porch. And he was like, oh my God, Goddess, I'm at work. I'm going to go home right now and get it. Because he lived with his parents, even though he was older. I'm going to go home right now and get it. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. He gets home from work on his lunch break. I told him, before you open the package, you must call me on video chat. He called me on video chat to open the package, do a little unboxing. Yeah, a little unboxing. And then he found out that it was a lockbox on it. And he was like, oh my God, Goddess, you put it under the lockbox. Oh my God, Goddess, you put it under a lockbox. Like, this is so cool. This is so exciting. And then I basically made him send another $500 to get the password for the lockbox. So $2,000 just off of the undergarments. And then again, the way I packaged it and created a little experience around it. He enjoyed the hell out of that. He will never forget me. No other Dom is doing stuff like that, right? Other people would have just sent it in a jiffy bag or an envelope and just moved on. But in order for me to be creative, for me to stand out, for me to market, for me to get more money from him, the lockbox turned out to be a better idea because, again, he will never forget that experience. And then, like I said, I was able to charge him even more than what I had already gotten because he had to now pay me to get the combination for the lockbox that the stuff was inside of. So this is why I love kink. You get to be creative and fun and have an experience. Yes, absolutely. That was really, really fun. I will always, when it comes to like selling used clothes and stuff like that, I will always do it like that because it's fun. It helps you stand out for sure. And he had actually found me before we started doing like Skype sessions, and this like $2,500 I was able to get from him in like a weekend or something like that. Before that happened, $2,500 in one weekend, that's more than some people make in a month, right? And I made it in a weekend off of some Target underwear. Yeah. He had actually found me on Twitter and DM'd me himself. He had actually found me on Twitter and DM'd me himself. So that's why I keep telling you guys, as far as what sites, you need to set up a social media like Twitter so that you can market. I just, in this long ass story, just explained basically how I was able to make $2,500 in one weekend. That's 2 days. Obviously, it took more time for him to actually, get the package. But in essentially 2 days' time, the day that he did it with the drain, and then the next time that we were on Skype with each other was another day. So that's basically 48 hours worth of time. I was able to make $2,500. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you get creative, you can actually make some stuff happen. My bed frame is actually from, well, who is the seller of this bed frame? I got it through Walmart, but Walmart is not the creator. Sometimes like you can sell stuff on Walmart without actually being a part of Walmart. But this is the headboard. The rest of it looks exactly the same. The whole thing is purple. It has silver feet at the footboard of it. But this is just a queen size. And it has the gemstones in the back. Really nice. But I got it from Walmart a few years ago. It was like $400. My glasses, these frames and the purple frames, I know people ask me about that a lot too. These frames and then the purple frames that I have, they all came from Vooglam. Vooglam is the name of the website. They were like $75 a piece because these are actually prescription glasses. So like if you don't actually have a prescription, the frames are usually just like $20 or something like that. But after you put your prescription in it and all that other stuff, like you can put transitions in it. So when you go outside, they turn into shades, or you can use the blue light filter, which I'd highly recommend if you're a girly that wears glasses, because working on the computer, editing content all the time is definitely not good for your eyes. But after you add your prescription and all of those other things to it or whatever, like the anti-glare or like the scratch resistant coating and stuff like that, they wind up being like $75, $100. But you can get them super, super fast, and they are super cute. But it's called Vooglam. VOO Glam. VOO Glam. My nails are super old. They are honestly... My nails are a month old. So because of all of the stuff that I have going on this week with moving and painting, I decided to skip my normal nail salon appointment that I usually do at the first of the month. But, my nails are super old. It's kind of blurry. Oh, there you go. It's an orchid flower. But I mean, shout out to my nail tech. I'm not going, bash my nail tech just because these nails is old, because the retention is amazing. I mean, no lifting. The rhinestones ain't falling off. The flower is intact. So, shout out to her. But she freestyled the design for the orchid flower. So this is the pre-colored acrylic that you can get instead of the white powder acrylic. This is the pre-colored acrylic. And then she took a clear gel, like builder gel. She took a clear builder gel and actually freestyled the orchid by hand to create the shape of it, and then just added the rhinestones. And then she actually painted the colors of the orchid petals, because like I said, it was clear with the builder gel. to make it like 3D, because as you can see, it kind of lifts up off my finger a little bit. So it's clear, and then she, painted it by hand. Shorty a beast. You know them little Korean girls, they don't be... them little Korean girls don't be fucking around in the nail salon, baby. I don't be minding going to them. And I know people like, oh, why don't you go to black-owned salons? And I be trying to give the black-owned salons some love, but I don't like making appointments. I like to be able to just walk in and get some shit. Who can do this off a walk-in? Nobody can do this off a walk-in. Shorty did this off a walk-in. Let me tell you. Walk in, no appointment, do it. And she executed. I got to give her my money. I'm not going to lie. I got to give sis my money. I do. And they spoil me. They give me a little champagne, and I get the nice long hour-long pedicure. So they, massage my feet and my legs for me when my feet is hurting. Because when you a thick lady, you walking around carrying all this greatness, your feet start hurting after a while. And you got to get your feet done. So I don't have no problem giving her my little coins, my little $125, $195 for my nails and my feet and my eyebrows. This just opened up something for me. It didn't occur to me that I could live out my fantasies. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We are in a delusional fantasy reality. The reality is reality don't exist. If you want to talk about it from that perspective, the reality is reality don't really exist. And you can make reality whatever the fuck you want it to be. So when I was in 2017 being delusional, I said I wanted men to pay for me to do everything. And I want to live a luxurious, soft life where I just travel and I just write books and I just make content. I go on vacation and I get paid to do all of that shit. And lo and behold, if that's not what happened, I mean, wow. So yeah, it's time to be the Lulu, honey. It's time to be the Lulu, honey. Have you ever found subs on Tinder? I have, but I am banned from Tinder. Not gonna lie. That's another reason why I keep telling y'all that it's important to get education before you just jump out and start doing stuff, because I can no longer make a Tinder account ever because of financial domination. Yeah. So the answer is yes, but you have to be really careful when you're on those types of apps, because they're not made for what we're doing, and people will falsely report you for doing illegal things, and then you will never be able to get on Tinder again, not even personally. Okay? So yeah, you can find subs on Tinder. I personally do not help people with Tinder because I have been banned from Tinder. They have banned me, but I ain't mad. Fuck them. Do you take them to your doctor to put this prescription in? No. So when you're on Vooglam on the website, like I was saying, you need to go to a doctor to have your accurate prescription. Yes. But once you have your accurate prescription from your doctor, you just give Vooglam the prescription and they put it in there. So when they send you the glasses, they're already ready to wear with your prescription in them and all of that. So if you don't have like an accurate prescription, or you haven't had like an eye exam in forever, you'll need to get a new eye exam and the regular prescription. And then you'll need to ask them, to help you calculate your pupillary distance, or however the fuck you say it. It's basically the distance between both of your pupils. And then you just plug all of that into Vooglam, and they just make the glasses for you and send them to you already ready. Do you have any tips or strategies for draining live on loyal fans? I technically do, yes. But it would be more so about planning your content. So when you want to go live and you want to do stuff like this, where subs are sending you gifts and stuff like that, It is possible to do that with some success on Loyal Fans. I would highly suggest it, especially if you don't have a following yet, because you can go live on Loyal Fans to the public and anybody could be watching you. And in that instance, that's how you'll build up followers. That's how you'll build up subscribers. That's how you'll be able to chat with people. Now, in order to use it successfully, you do have to go live with a certain level of strategy. I would pick a specific subject or a topic to talk about or a specific activity to do. Like, for example, I suggest when you first get started as a Dom, one of the we always say it as a joke because it's just like an industry staple. It's like an industry milestone. At some point, you cannot avoid it as a new Dom. But eventually, as a new Dom, you will know that you're successful when you have toy companies reaching out to you in your DMs for reviews. And one of the things that I say is, in using that opportunity, because eventually it is inevitable that the toy companies will be reaching out to you once you are known and popular. And it makes sense. Who better than to promote a toy than you, a Dom, right? So I usually tell my students, like, in those kinds of instances, you can build yourself up to attract those kinds of people or start reaching out to vendors to, sign a brand deal, get a sponsorship with that company, and then use your Loyal Fans account to go live and do live reviews of those toys. Or you get where I'm going. You want to go live with a certain level of structure and or at least a topic of conversation that people are going to want to engage in. And then again, that's another way for you to set yourself up and put yourself in a specific lane. Now, I'm not telling you guys things that I don't know how to do, or that's stuff that's impossible to do. So if you do need help setting up your Loyal Fans, and you do need help actually pitching to toy companies to get sponsorships and get deals and stuff like that, that is possible, and I can help you do that. Right? The same way you guys are on here, and I own a hair business, so I know that you guys are doing it. The same way you guys are on here talking about how to get free wigs from hair companies on Amazon. As a Dom, you guys do have the ability to get free toys as a Dom from toy companies too, and get those sponsorships and deals. Like I said, it's really about knowing that it's possible for you and having someone who's done it actually give you legitimate information and help on getting it done. So the reason that a bunch of people aren't already doing it is because they don't know that it's possible to do, or they're not taking advantage of the following that they have or the opportunities that they could have. So it is very, very possible to create a strategy for going live on Loyal Fans, and then also turn it into a stream of income, also turn it into a whole lane for yourself, right? Because we don't have, just being honest, we don't have enough people who are in our industry as Findoms, as Doms, who are doing toy education or education like that. So that could definitely be a very profitable niche to tap into. And then, on TikTok, y'all see these little videos where they out here selling toys and stuff like that, trying to fly under the radar. You could be doing all of those things as a Dom and just using that as the vehicle to push your career forward. Because if the guy sees you on Loyal Fans talking about this dildo, and then you as the Dom convince him to buy the dildo, and then you have a private session and he's doing things with the dildo that you were selling somewhere else, you just got like commission over there, a tribute over here, a session over there. You know what I'm saying? It once you start thinking about it from a much bigger picture, your opportunities and more opportunities will become more clearer and obvious to you. Yes, the subscription is for coaching. The subscription is for classes. The subscription is for mentoring. The subscription is to get access to my books. The subscription is to get access to my parties and events. The subscription will also be for going forward, once we release the full project for the AfroDomme Pay and the AfroDomme Chat platform, in order for you guys to use that, you will also have to be a member. So in order to get all of that, yes, you would need a subscription. And we just made this decision just to make it a little bit easier for people. In the past, we've had, subscriptions for the network for parties and events. And then if you wanted to become a student, you could, because at that point we were offering like 10 different classes in 2017, 2018, 2019, 21, really all the way up until 2022, because I had to take a personal break. So that's why you don't see the 10 different classes available now to the public, because I pulled all of them off the internet. But at that time, we were offering 10 different classes and a membership. So some students were members. So some people were members and they came out to parties, or some people were students and they were taking like 1, 2, 3 classes with us. And you had to do everything separate. The textbooks were separate and all of that, like a college university kind of feel. Because of where we're going in the future, I just don't have the time to maintain 10 different classes, 10 different groups where all of my students are, you know what I'm saying? So all 10 of those classes are now under one subscription. All 12 of my books are now under one subscription. All of my mentoring and coaching is now under one subscription, and you can just find all of the information for this one price. That is going to be a lot easier for me to maintain now that I have other stuff going on, because I know that I'm never going to leave this industry. I never really wanted to stop teaching. But like I said, I'm not the type of person that's teaching because I need the money. So when I don't feel like teaching, I don't. I'm not gonna lie. There was times where I would, in the past, like we would take a new round of students, like for the fall semester or winter semester, and I would only let in a certain amount of students, and then I would close applications because I didn't want to work with anybody else, or I didn't have time to work with anybody else. Because like I said, I don't teach for the money. I'm teaching for the love of being an educator and helping other people. But yeah, when I don't feel like doing something, I'm not gonna do it. So I just thought it was going to be easier and more beneficial to just put everything I've done, all of the mini classes, all of the mini books, all of that shit just in one fucking place at one price. So you can either do it monthly or you can do it annually. But yeah, everything's in there. Trust me, you will have a lot of stuff to do. You'll have more than enough homework on your plate. Somebody got banned from Plenty of Fish and she got banned from Hinge. Look. Good girls don't make history. So you banned from Tinder, Plenty of Fish, and Hinge. I mean, we all band together, we can get something. Now, dating sites, honestly, like, you can find stuff on dating sites. You can definitely find gentlemen on dating sites, but you also have to think about it. They are not there for what you are there for. So that's why people keep getting banned. Now, as far as the one dating app, technically speaking, it is a dating app. The only one dating app I do sort of quote unquote promote is Meet, MEETE. And I created a small little guide, and it's available for free. Calm down. But I created a small little guide so that you guys can use that app specifically as Findoms. And I will only suggest using dating apps where you can actually get paid for those messages. So on the app that I'm talking about with me, you can, men reach out to you, and then every time you respond, you get paid for that response. It's not going to be your bread and butter. But if you are new and you're still doing your research on like, okay, who's my ideal client? I need to kind of have some experience talking to men so that I know the kind of man that I'm looking for or not. That is what I use that app for, or that's what I would suggest that you use that app for, especially if you're brand new. Because like I said, Otherwise, on dating apps, you're going to waste a lot of your time just swiping a bunch of different guys, like trying to convince them to send money or trying not to get banned. So you're going to waste a lot of time that you could have otherwise, like I said, been getting paid for it. So even though the app doesn't pay you that much, you still do have the ability to get paid for it. So at least while you're doing your market research and you're trying to find out who your ideal client is, you're trying to get some type of experience talking to men as a dom, because talking to men as a dom is not the same way you talk to them romantically. And a lot of people get stuck with that. So a lot of people don't. Like, they have a certain sense of like, what do I say? This is a little bit different. I'm used to talking to guys from a romantic perspective. I'm not too sure how to turn it on now as a dom and keep the conversation the way I want it to go. Instead of finding a bunch of guys that want to date you, you can find a bunch of guys that actually want to do financial domination versus you finding a bunch of guys that want to date you, and now you're just going on dates for money or going on dates for free food, because that's not financial domination. That's just you going on a date for some food, right? So in using the app, in the guide, I show you guys how to become a superstar on the platform so that you can actually raise your prices. A lot of people don't know that. You're actually allowed to, once you're a superstar and you're more popular on the platform, which is really easy to do, you can actually up your prices for your video calls and for your text messages and stuff like that. So you are still chatting with certain guys, you're getting paid for the response. So even if you don't respond, you can choose not to do that, or you can video chat briefly, but it will get you more exposure. That's kind of like your exposure therapy. If you think about it like that, this app is going to be like your exposure therapy of talking to guys who could potentially be clients, how to screen them, like how to, what questions to ask. Like, okay, maybe you're not a good fit, but you paying me, so whatever. Or this guy's a better fit. Maybe we can talk about doing video chat sessions, whatever. Using it with a certain level of strategy to benefit you. So that guide is also available, again, for students when you are a member, out of the many, many other guides and the many, many other pieces of homework that you will have. I try to create these things for you simply because I want to meet everybody where they are. I know, like, some people may not be ready for video chat sessions. Some people want that exposure therapy to get used to it. Some people may not. Some people may say, like, I'm totally good. I've been doing this, personally for a while. I've been kind of personally interested in it. I'm ready to just straight get into content creation. Or some people are like, oh, well, I'm straight ready to, build my own dungeon. Or like, everybody's not going to be at the same starting point. So I try to create things, again, as an educator, as someone who's been an educator for 9 years, I try to create a learning environment that is comprehensive to everybody's different skills, everybody's different interests, etc. If people are asking you to do private lives, what do you price those at? So your pricing is definitely really important. I do also have a price model for you guys, as far as like based on the U.S. Census records, based on, current inflation rates in the United States, based on the federal minimum wage policies, based on the earning potential that you really do have, how much my current students are making, how much I've made for similar services and stuff like that. I have also created a pricing scale to help you price your stuff as a new creator as well. Keeping all of those things in mind. So your pricing is definitely really important. And the reason that we created the pricing scale is because just like the federal government sets minimum wage and all of the different states have to abide by that, they do that because otherwise state governments would only give you $2 an hour and it would be legal for them to do it. So the federal government stepped in to set a standard. And what we want to do in the industry with our pricing scale as Findoms is the same thing. So with using the pricing scale, everybody charges around the same stuff for their services. That way, as far as elevating the cost of the industry, we can continue to be in control of it ourselves as the dom, versus having men be in control of how much we are able to earn by them, trying to shortchange you and only give you $40 or only give you $100 when they could give you a lot more. So we do have a price scale model for you to use. It is available as a student, just like everything else. And it will be comprehensive, again, taking into consideration U.S. inflation, the cost of living right now based on inflation, the federal government's U.S. Census records, because I'm a historian, so I look at all that type of shit all the time. U.S. Census records for federal minimum wage, how that's changed. And then again, the earning potential for this industry, what you can make based on an average of what my students are making and what I'm making, again, for similar services. So, for example, on the telephone, I don't charge anything less than $5.99 a minute. For video chat sessions, those start at $2.50 an hour, stuff like that. Do I feel comfortable accepting from people without giving back? Yeah. Why wouldn't I? I deserve it. I deserve it. I know that sometimes people have imposter syndrome and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, pretty privilege is real. There's nothing wrong with being sexy and intelligent. I know in modern society, they try to teach you that you have to be one or the other. You can't be sexy and intelligent. You can be intelligent, but then you ugly. It's okay to be both. And as someone who is intelligent, I am intelligent enough to know that I can get paid to be pretty. And I'm smart enough to build a structure that is going to allow me to do it. And that's going to rub some people the wrong way. It's going to rub all the ugly girls the wrong way. It's going to rub all the broke people the wrong way. But that's not my fault because I am pretty. So if you know that you're pretty and you have pretty privilege and you're smart, you would be a fucking idiot not to capitalize on that shit. In this economy, come on now. In this economy, you would be a fool not to take advantage of the fact that you have pretty privilege. You're not going to look the way that you look forever. I'm not going to look like this when I'm 95. I might as well benefit from it now. So that when I'm 95, I can look like this with some stem cell research or some type of hoodoo shit that's going to make me young like Beyonce because I'm rich enough to afford it because when I was 20, I took advantage of the fact that I had pretty privilege and capitalized on it. I got a degree. Some people oh, you got to be people in this industry are dumb. People in this industry aren't educated. I don't know not one dumb that don't have a degree. I mean, all of the girls that I interact with, we are highly educated people. We have bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, PhDs. We are well-traveled. We got multiple passports and stamps on the passport. So if you are smart and beautiful, it would behoove you to take advantage of that. And I don't feel bad about it. Why should I? At the end of the day, this 80-year-old man who came over here flirting with me was in the wrong to begin with. He know damn well he ain't got nothing to do. He ain't got no business talking to me. 86, I'm 28. He ain't got no business talking to me. We both know that. But if I'm smart, I'm going to still capitalize off of it. Yeah. I mean, that's just a given. And they're giving it to me because they want to give it to me. They're giving me the money because they want to give me the money. They giving me the money because they want to. That's really what it is. No. Is being a Findom the same as being a brat? No. Because you don't have to be a certain thing. You don't have to look like me. You don't have to enjoy hardcore domination. You don't have to enjoy certain kinks, certain fetishes. It's about finding what you like, if this is truly something for you, and creating from that perspective and aligning yourself with people who enjoy those things with you. So it's you don't have to be one way or the other. And you're not being a different version of yourself. You're not Hannah Montana. You're not Miley Cyrus one day and then Hannah Montana the next. Yeah. You don't have BPD. You're not bipolar. This is not an alter ego. You ain't Kim Possible. One day you a high school girl and then the next day you a super spy. This is not, you're not Spy Kids, okay? This is you're being yourself, and you're getting educated, and then you're getting paid, I should say, to be yourself. You're being yourself and you're getting paid to be yourself. I know everybody's not going to tell you that. I know everybody's not going to carry themselves like that. But they don't actually have the kind of experience that I do. So that's why you're not talking to them. That's why you're talking to me. Will other people carry themselves like that? No. But that's why I have more money than them. And that's why I have more students in my network than they do. So, just food for thought. Just food for thought. This is my honey jar, by the way. It's beautiful. Can you see the glitter in it? Kinda. And the shimmer. Shimmer and shine. Oh. Yeah, I actually do. I do not work with any of the, like, I don't want to say stereotypical, but I feel like when people talk about working with gods, goddesses, orishas, Obatala, Ifa, ancestors, whatever you want to call it, I feel like when people talk about it, they always mention the same people. You know, Oshun, Yamaya, or Yamanya, depending on where you're from. But people always talk about the same couple of people. So I do work with Obatala, Orisha. She is technically a form of Orisha. And someone who was very close to Oshun, but it is not Oshun. Her name is Ajay Shagula. Ajay. She was the goddess of business and the goddess of the marketplace. You prayed to Ajay for business sales and business blessings, and she granted them if she saw that you did business that benefited the community. You prayed to her, Ajay, for your business and business growth. And she would come around to the marketplace back when we would have, you know, the same way you have like a farmer's market. That's always been a traditional style of marketing and business. So she would come around to the marketplace and bless certain businesses and bless certain vendors if they used their wealth to benefit the community. And if they didn't, and this is the part that I love about her the most, if they didn't, she would burn their fucking businesses to the ground. Queen Ajay Shakula. There's not a lot of information on her because most people, like I said, worry about like Oshun and stuff like that. And it's not bashing people who follow Oshun, but there's more than just that. Ajay. Her colors are lime green, yellow, blue. She loves, wow. And I usually don't talk about her for a reason because she usually doesn't like want you to talk about her, which is crazy that you mentioned it and now I'm talking about it now. But girl, she loves lemongrass, the scent of lemongrass, the colors lime green, gold, earth tone blue, Ajay, Shagula, the goddess of business and marketplace specifically, which I feel like is in better alignment with me because, I mean, I'm a fucking business consultant, so. Goddess Ajay. Mm, 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 mm. I don't understand your question. Okay, I think that might be a typo. Do Findom? What does that mean? Yeah, I spent a lot of time. Ooh, my bad! I almost knocked my phone down. I spent a lot of time studying African history, African religion, culture, tradition, etc. Like I said in earlier lives, like I always say online, I'm a historian. My degree is in history, actually. So I'm a historian by trade, by nature. Sorry. What do you mean, do Findom? Somebody said do Findom. I don't know what that means. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I saw a couple of people had just joined us also in the student portal, so welcome to you as well if you are here. Goddess Ronnie just joined us as a student, so welcome to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome if you are one of the many that are. Welcome, welcome, welcome if you are one of the many that are. Welcome, welcome, welcome if you are one of the many that are just. I can't see the rest of the names, but I did see a couple of people pop in. So welcome if you're just joining us as a student while we are here on live today. So shout out to you for just joining us. Trust me, like I said, you'll have a lot of homework to do. So you will not see anything until you verify yourself, verify your ID. So make sure that you follow through with the steps to verify yourself immediately. Otherwise, you have 48 hours to do so and you will automatically be removed. If you run out of time, you can always come back in. That is just the bot policy. So make sure that if you just join us, that welcome to you, Goddess Lotus. If you just joined us, make sure that you are following the steps to verify yourself ASAP. Otherwise, you will not be able to see anything until you do so. Looking kind of thick, like my money. Hello, Goddess Heaven. Welcome, 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 guys. Oh, we got a bunch of people in here in the live that have just joined us. So yeah, like I said, make sure you verify your information. Follow the steps to verify your information. I don't talk about it typically on TikTok Live and stuff like that. It is pretty straightforward, but this is the policy for safety of everybody in there. So just follow the steps to verify yourself and give it some time for me to see it or for IT to see it. And then we shall let you in. And there's lots and lots of information for you to catch up on. So trust and believe you're going to have something to do. You're going to have a lot of stuff to do. Trust and believe. But we have a good time. And then again, when I'm not here with you guys on TikTok or I'm not on YouTube, you guys can ask questions and I'll just, chime in and answer while I'm there. Or if I feel like your question is really, really good and I get an idea to do like a live based on your question, I'll go live and answer your question, answer other people's questions, and make the replay only available for you guys so that you guys have it. Yep. I've been reading and taking notes. So much info. Told you guys. Lots of good information in there. What else is in there that I haven't already mentioned? I know people ask about UGC content. Everybody's trying to become like a wig influencer and everybody wants to be a UGC girly. So I did do a little bit of an expo. Actually, in the last several weeks, I did it. But a little bit of an expo. There's a whole section about it on how to get started with UGC content, user-generated content, for those of you who are trying to, not in a Findom sense, kind of, because you'll be using TikTok. But for example, for those of you who do have a big TikTok page already and you do want to utilize it as a dom without talking about financial domination specifically on TikTok, because you got to go about it in the right way. Otherwise, you get banned. The best way for you to use TikTok in this example as a Findom would for you to actually become a UGC creator and for you to get, again, like I said earlier, when I was talking about loyal fans and getting like brand deals from toy companies, you can do the same thing on TikTok Shop as a UGC creator. You'll still be a Findom technically, because you'll have a link in your bio that'll connect, let's say, to your Twitter, where people can find out on their own that you're a Findom. But on TikTok, you could use TikTok to specifically become a UGC creator and get brand deals from those bra companies like HSIA. I'm, again, wearing one of their bras right now, and I got this 100% for free as one of their UGC creators. And I got this 100% for free as one of their UGC creators. And I was doing, at that time, I was doing it 100% faceless. I wasn't even showing my face. I know y'all love to ask me, do I have to show my face? Do I have to show my face? No, you do not. You just have to be really creative. So a few months ago, I just did a trial test run for you guys to get you the information on how to do it yourself. But there's a whole specific section where I show you from top to bottom how to build your TikTok page so that you can become a UGC creator, get the brand deals from bra companies, from lingerie companies, from swimsuit companies, because you want to stay in the relevance of what you're doing as a Findom. And who better than to promote lingerie than you as a Findom? Right? So now your TikTok page is dedicated to you being a UGC creator for bra companies or lingerie companies. You're getting all of that money from here. You're getting commissions and stuff like that from other women who are buying stuff. But then at the end of the day, like I said, you're still a dom. So now you have a link in your bio that connects to a different social media where you do just dom work. Or now, one of the really big things that you really need as a Findom is a bunch of lingerie. Instead of spending a bunch of money on a bunch of lingerie, you now have a whole brand deal where you get new lingerie every other day from this company because you're promoting it on that side, but you're wearing it on this side when you're filming content. So again, like I said, thinking ahead, thinking 10, 20, 30 steps ahead. This is stuff that you really need to be doing right now because it's girls out here making fucking bank off of TikTok. And it's possible for you to do it as a dom without you trying to sell Findom coaching, without you trying to make ebooks to teach other girls how to make money. You can make your own money if you move 10, 20 steps ahead. And UGC is definitely a way to go. You could do makeup tutorials. You could do foot fetish content and get away with it as a UGC creator. There are companies out here on TikTok Shop that are selling like 64 different nail polishes and the little LED lights for you to get your feet done. As a Findom, you could do that and paint and get the little kit for free on the TikTok side, and then paint your fucking toes every week a different color and make a bunch of foot fetish content that you'll repurpose. You'll put the clean version of it on TikTok. You'll put the dirty version somewhere else. And now you're getting paid 2 different ways. You're getting free stuff. You know what I'm saying? Brand deals. You really have to think 10, 20 steps ahead. Now, I know saying that is a lot easier said than done, because the one thing that holds people back from being UGC creators on TikTok is building their page really quickly. You have to have like 5,000 followers, and you must be meeting the community guidelines. And once you start violating those community guidelines, they will keep you from doing it. So you have to be really, really careful. It is easier said than done, but it is possible. And yes, that is something that is already available in the subscription for you guys already waiting. So for all of you that just joined tonight, you will have access to that information tonight. It's already on there on how you can actually start building your page up as a UGC creator on TikTok so that you can make extra money as a Dom. And that will also be how you promote yourself as well, because you'll do it low key. You'll promote yourself as a Findom doing UGC, but it'll just be low key. People will just think, oh, well, she's a UGC creator and she's promoting this company that sells nail polish, but you're really making foot fetish content. And you're just getting paid by TikTok to do it because you're being creative and you're doing UGC content. Got to think 10, 20 steps ahead, honey. You got to think 10, 20 steps ahead. You have to. Miss Nail Tech, that's what you need to be doing. I didn't even realize that you were still here in the chat. Miss Nail Tech, that's what you need to be doing. You specifically. If you thought it was for you, if you resonate with the live, like you said earlier, that's the first thing you need to do, Miss Nail Tech. Because who better than to sit on the internet and paint their toes all day, but a licensed nail tech? I mean, shit, that's easy. It then fell in your lap. See how you in the right place at the right time. What they say, message. Okay, right place, right time. Easy. It's easier said than done, but it is possible when you got the right information in front of you. So, I was able to build up a private UGC page in 90 days. And in this instance, I was doing it faceless. I did do that 100% faceless. I did not show my face. It is absolutely possible. I'm thinking about the grippers. She could do nails with ildos or JOI. Absolutely. You can combine all of those things into one, right? Once you start creating the mind, your mind will just start melding together all of these different ideas. Because you got to think about it, financial domination is a really specific niche. So not every single person that you come across is going to enjoy that specifically. And you don't want to limit yourself to turning away people who could be potentially customers for other things or clients for other things. They just don't enjoy the aspect of financial domination. They're still willing to pay though, but maybe they want to do something else, or maybe they have other kinds of interests that they are really looking for. So that's why it's important for you to take like the BDSM test to get to know yourself, what kind of stuff you want to do, what other niches you want to explore, so that you can really take off and stop leaving money on the table. If you just do financial domination, you are definitely going to be leaving a lot of money on the table as a professional dom. And it's a lot more fun. You know what I'm saying? Financial domination, like at the end of the day, it's just about getting the money. You know what I'm saying? If you really enjoy what you do as a dom, you also want to have fun with your subs. Doing things to your subs and with your subs is absolutely really, really fun. So like, you're going to get paid for it either way you cut it. You're going to get paid for it either way you cut it. Gotta be creative. Gotta be creative. Gotta be creative. And you get free stuff, okay? HSA, free bra. I got the black one. I got the pink one. I got the purple one for free. And that account was faceless. 100% faceless. Shit, this account right here, I'm not faceless, but I built this account in 2 months. It's not even been 90 days and we almost at 10,000 followers. That's a big deal. You know how long it take to get 10,000 fucking followers on TikTok? Ho. You know how hard it is to get 10,000 followers on TikTok? I'm out here busting my ass on this page, y'all. Y'all see me on your For You page. I'm out here grinding. That's me on your For You page, working my ass off. You know how hard it is to get 10,000 followers in 90 days for free? I'm not even buying followers. There's some girls that buy them. I'm not even buying them. Every single last one of them people that follow me is a real fucking page. I'm out here grinding. Okay? Hustling. Getting it out the mud with the shovel. Come on. That shit is hard. But it's not impossible. It's not impossible. What is your sign? I'm a Taurus. Taurus sun, at least. You have more than one sign, but Taurus. I'm an April Taurus, though, so don't disrespect me. I'm an April Taurus, not a May Taurus. That's different. Okay, Taurus gang. There's more Tauruses in the building. I don't know why they be hiding some of y'all comments. Okay, period. That's the day before my brother's birthday. All right. Capricorn. My best friend's a Capricorn. She's a December Capricorn. Yes. I'm a Taurus. I like purple. I be doing crazy shit on the internet. I make a lot of money. I be carrying on, talking shit, getting paid to talk shit, teaching other girls how to get paid to talk shit. Really, truly, really, I'm a girl's girl. Really, I'm here for your benefit because I feel like we need to, like, it's you know how many white girls get paid to just like be mediocre and just they just get paid. Think of like 6 different white girls you done seen on your timeline in the last hour. And think about how much money they making for being so shitty. I mean, most of the content don't even be original. They be stealing other people's content. You know what I'm saying? Like think of Nara Smith. And this is a little bit of shade to Nara Smith. She making money off of this shit. But she is definitely stealing someone else's content. But nobody gives a fuck. And they just letting her get away with that shit. You need to be doing the same thing, except not stealing people's content, being like actually original and like true to yourself and like an actual artist. But the point of getting paid to do basically nothing is what we're after. Yeah. The getting paid to make 6 hot Cheetos. Getting paid to make 6 hot Cheetos on TikTok is crazy. But you need to be doing it. You need to figure out how you can make 6 hot Cheetos tonight on TikTok and get paid for it. So we're not going to bash her for getting paid. We're going to bash her for being unoriginal. But like, I'm way more creative than her. You probably way more creative than her. You're probably way more creative than a lot of other creators that you will see on TikTok. So if you know that, you need to be benefiting. You need to capitalize on this shit. You know that you are what you hear is tarot cards. But yeah, you need to be capitalizing on this shit. You're a lot more creative than a lot of people. A lot more talented than a lot of people. All you needed is the structure and a little bit of time to let it come on and all work out. So You know, ain't nothing stopping you really, for reals. Not for reals. Right. I mean, motherfuckers like Trump running for president. You gonna let him be more the Lulu than you? Come on now. It's time to be the Lulu. He's still going for it. He ain't gave up, even though all signs just say, go ahead and give up. You gonna let him outdo you? You gonna let Chester Cheeto outdo you? That's crazy. That man has sent me like 10 text messages. I keep responding stop to every single one of his campaign messages. He won't stop texting me. He not getting the votes at all. But he is persistent as hell in texting me about it. Donald Trump. Yes, he is. He's still not getting it though. You gonna let him outdo you? It's people, what they say, it's people dancing in jail that's more consistent on TikTok than you are, and they in prison. You know that black guy walking around dancing in that jail. He shouldn't even have that damn phone. We not even going to talk about how he got that phone up in that jail. But he shouldn't have that phone up in that jail. And he does. You gonna let a motherfucker in jail be more consistent on social media than you? That's crazy. He in jail. And he's still making money in jail with that little Android phone. It's got to be an Android because the quality be crappy. It's got to be an Android. You gonna let a motherfucker with an Android drugstore flip phone outdo you? Better get your ass up and in the field. All right, it's okay for all my Android users. It's okay. I'm on an iPhone, so you can see me really clearly. All right. That's the last one. It might not be the last one. That's the last one for now. But hey, they make cameras. They make other kinds of cameras. And shit. All you need is an iPhone for some content. I promise you that you can have that Android all you want. But baby, for the love of God, get you an iPhone just for financial domination, because them pictures don't come out clear at all. Them pictures do not be coming out clear. And I know they have like some type of class action or whatever where they say like Apple be doing that on purpose. But like, who cares? Having an iPhone, you will have much clearer content. It'll look a lot more crisp. Now, some of these Androids are catching up. I ain't gonna lie. Some of these Androids are catching up with the cameras. But at the end of the day, you can always get a sub to buy you an iPhone. At the end of the day, you can always wait till you have business credit and then purchase the iPhone in your business name like that. Because you can get business credit off of having a cell phone in your business name, completely separate from your personal phone. So you can have a personal Android and a business iPhone under business credit under your LLC. So you can always do it like that. And then the phone becomes a write-off. Again, big brain. You can always do it like that. Or you can have somebody buy it. Once you start having men buy you stuff, resources. Once you start having men buy you stuff, you will start spending money like a drug dealer. Honestly, you'll start spending money like a drug dealer. Once you start having men buy you stuff. Yep. You be out with your friends like, hold up, I'm about to text my little sub so he can send me some money. Yeah. Your whole personality change once you start having men spending money on you for anything. Yeah, I just started business credit for my other businesses, and I guess I'm getting an iPhone. Yeah, you can always get the iPhone, write that shit off, because again, it's going through your business. You're doing business on the phone. So you might as well have, two phones like Kevin Gates. You might as well have two phones or get the like phone and the iPad thing. That's what I did. I didn't get the second phone. I just got the iPad. And you can, create content on there, work on there. The camera will be a little bit crisper. I don't make no excuses. No excuses when it comes to making money and creating content. You can make all of this money from your phone. All these people talking about, oh, you can make money from your phone. You can make money from your Wi-Fi. This is how you actually do that. Not all that scam shit. Legit. The Fool. I don't know why I'm shuffling cards. I just am. The Fool again. What the hell? I just gagged myself. The Fool and then Spirits. It's crazy. So I was ready to go off, but I guess I got gagged myself. So let me shut up. Wait, what's underneath the Fool? The Sun. Oh, shit. Yes? Okay, let me stop asking questions. But they start yelling at me. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to put the cards down, but they start yelling at me. Do you write off your income? So it's not necessarily that you write off your income. So like, I have a bookkeeping app through my business as a Dom. I have a bookkeeping app, and like my business bank account has a bookkeeping service. And when I spend money on it, they ask me to put it, you put it in certain categories so that they can, for your tax records, they can, estimate your write-offs. So like yesterday, I posted the video when I was out shopping at the thrift store and I was getting stuff for my new business, I was getting some chairs and some furniture. So I wound up paying for it with the business credit card, or was the business account. And through the bookkeeping app, it auto generates like, oh, well, you spent $100. How much was those chairs? It was 2 of them for $100. And then after taxes, I think it was like $106. So I was like, you spent $106 at Antique Depot. What category is this? And then you can say office equipment or personal expense or this or that or this or that. And they help you categorize it. So off of that $106 or $106 that I spent on those chairs, because they were through my business legitimately, I was able to pay for them using the business account connected to my LLC, which money that I make as a Dom goes into that account. I was able to basically, once tax season comes around, the $106 that I spent on those chairs because they're office supplies, I'm going to be able to like write off like $26 of that amount because it was for the business. So I'll get like a little bit of a tax break on that because it was office supplies. So there are, like softwares and stuff like that that you can use that are connected to your business bank account for your bookkeeping purposes, where you can document things that you're spending money on so that you can get tax breaks and write-offs and stuff. Yeah. Some people use QuickBooks for sure. Basically, some people use QuickBooks. Yeah, it is. The membership is how you get access to coaching and mentoring. The membership is how you get access to our in-person events. The membership is how you'll get access to any and everything that I am doing as a Dom, as a coach, etc. Our parties, our upcoming opportunities that we're going to be talking about in the next few days, because I keep soft launching bit by bit by bit all of the good stuff that we have going on. I did make a post about it yesterday about some exciting news. But yeah, I'm just soft launching bit by bit by bit to get you guys interested, marketing. But yeah, to get access to all of those things, you do have to be a member. And that will include coaching and mentoring and access to all of the books that I've already put out for you guys and stuff like that. You'll either, you can do the monthly or you can do an annual at your discretion. Yep, yep. I know I said I was going to put the cards down, but now I want to know. I don't want to know more. Please don't yell at me. Ooh, I'm going to put that back. No. Just give me a little bit more. Just give me a little bit more. Just a little more. Just a little more information. No, that's too much. That's too much information. Actually, that's too much information. Don't tell me all that at once. Just give me like one at a time. Just like one at a time. Just like one at a time. Just like one at a time. That's too many. That's too many. You making me think too hard. I just need to like one at a time. Just one. Just one. Just one. Just tell me once. Tell me once. All right. I'm gonna chill. They told me to chill. Grounding. They told me to chill. I'm gonna 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 ground myself. Go touch some grass. Okay, I'm gonna go touch some grass. I'm gonna go calm down. Whatevs. Grounding. Oh, okay. Well, congratulations. I look forward to seeing you on the inside. The sun again and waiting again. So, all right, look. The sun again and waiting again. So, all right, look. The sun again and waiting again. So, all right, look. Wanting to be patient. I be trying to, I just be trying to ask spirit a little question, and they just be patient. I'm gonna be patient. Sure. Fine. I'll do that. I'll put the cards down and this time not touch them. I am both. I'm international, hun. So I do online sessions. I have a dungeon just a few steps away. A dungeon's in there. I'm international. People find me all over the world. What's that Ludacris song? Pimping all over the world. I don't think that's Ludacris. Is that Ludacris? Pimping all over the world. That's how the melody goes. Pimping all over the world. Who know that song? Who wrote that song? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know the rest of the words, but I just know that's the melody. Pimping all over the world. I feel like it's Ludacris, or maybe it's Pharrell. Pimping all over the world. There we go. Ludacris and Bobby Valentino. Thank you, Coach. See, this is why you need people that be like locked in with you like that, because only somebody that's truly locked in with me would understand the song. So, yeah. You know. Oh wait, I can't do that on TikTok, can I? No, they will get me in trouble. I already got 2 restrictions on here, so let me not even do that, because they said they was going to shadow ban me. Regulated goods. We was not talking about regulated goods. Talking about drugs. We was not talking about regulated goods or substances. Y'all people just be doing shit just to do shit, because when was we talking about regulated goods and substances? We was not. We wasn't, TikTok. I ain't never said nothing out of my mouth about no regulated good and substance. Y'all just be saying shit. Y'all see, this is why I don't be on here. Y'all just be saying shit. Because I never said nothing about that. Now I'm saying it, but I never said nothing about that. Like, y'all doing way too much. Way too much. But it's girls on here lying about what financial domination is, and don't nobody say that they doing crazy shit. So come on now. TikTok just be trying to be extra. That's what they be trying to do. They be trying to be extra. Pimping all over the world. Now I kind of want to listen to the song because I'm going to have it stuck in my head. Pimping all over the world. Pimping all over the world. I got to listen to the song because now it's stuck in my head. It's not going to be stuck in my head until I listen to it, y'all. I got to go. Because we